there, this is Mrs. Esses. I'm going to talk to you about our homework for this week called In the Library. This is very similar to the one we did last week, cafeteria problems. So we're basically on question 1A through E, going to be looking at these pie graphs to help us determine the answers, and the kids are going to be using what we call the Zorro method, finding a fraction of a whole number in order to be able to answer these questions. So A says, what fraction of the fourth graders said they liked nonfiction books best? How do you know? So if I'm looking here, there's the fourth graders. A half like fiction, a fourth like fantasy, and then this other half here would be nonfiction, so they would hopefully get that this is a fourth. And then how do you know? That's important. We want the kids to explain it. They should write a sentence about this. I know that 1/4 plus 1/4 equals a half. I looked, these were the same size. I know that 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/4 is 3/4, so that must be 1 more fourth. There's lots of ways they could explain that to us, but that explaining portion is really important as we kind of see what the kids are understanding, what they're not understanding. So that is going to be part of their answer, part of their grade there. And then B, it says if there are 96 fourth graders, how many liked fantasy books best? Show your work. So we're going to find fantasy. We're on fourth grade. So 1/4 like fantasy. So 1/4 of the 96 kids like fantasy books. So they're going to do the Zorro method, which we learned last week. So from the denominator to the whole number, they divide. From the whole number to the numerator, they multiply. And I like to tell them that D, division, becomes before M, multiplication. So that kind of helps them remember. So when you are dividing here, you're going to divide 96 by 4 and then times 1, and then that will get them their answer there. And then they're kind of just doing the same thing on C, D, and E. Then on the back, they are looking at 2 word problems with fractions. They should be fractions and mixed numbers, actually. They should be pretty good at knowing how to do that. They have notes in their math notebook to help, and they're just adding or subtracting, whichever the situation kind of wants them to do. And they could use a Foursquare to help them. That's just our organization method. That's in their notes. But they need to make sure that they show their work and they answer the questions. And then number 4 is bonus.